Okay, let's talk about some polynomial operations. So in this video, we're going to talk about evaluating, adding, and subtracting, okay? So let's start with adding and subtracting because those are really the easiest things to do. So remember with adding, it's just combining like terms. The exponents don't change. And just the numbers in front do, right? So let's see, if we have something like 4x to the 3 plus 2x squared minus 5x squared, or x, just x, plus 1, right, all of that, plus, let's say, 2x to the 3 plus 4x squared plus 2x plus 3, right? So now we're just matching the exponents, right? So we have an x to the 3 and an x to the 3. So I'm going to add these two numbers together. 4 plus 2 is going to give me 6, and then we're going to keep the x to the 3 the same. Then we have x to the 2 here and x to the 2 here, so 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 is also going to give us 6x squared. And then we're going to do negative 5x plus 2x. That's going to give us a negative 3x. And then 1 plus 3 is going to give us a plus 4. And that is our answer. And remember, we need to write it in standard form, right? Where the exponents go biggest to smallest. And that's adding. That's it. All we have to do is match the exponents together and then add the coefficients, right? The numbers in front. Now, be careful of negatives, right, and minuses here. So here we had this negative 5 and negative 5x plus 2x, and that became a negative 3x, okay? So be careful because those minuses in front, they are included in the term, that it does make it negative. So be careful with that. Now, let's talk about subtracting, which is just like adding, except we change the sign first, right? So, let's say we have 3x to the 3 plus 5x squared plus, well, let's do a minus, so you can see the minuses in action, right? Minus 2x minus 7 minus 5x to the 3 minus 2x squared plus 3x plus 2, right? So here we have to, what we call, distribute this negative, right? Meaning change the signs of all the ones in all the terms in the second polynomial, right? This one. The first one, this one, stays the same, right? Nothing changes there. So this 5x to the 3 is going to become a negative 5x to the 3. This negative 2x squared is going to become a plus 2x squared. Plus 3x is going to become a minus 3x. And plus 2 is become minus 2. Now all these stay the same. 3x to the 3 plus 5x squared minus 2x minus 7. Now we just do the same thing where we're combining our like terms, right? So our x to the 3's here, that's going to be 3 minus 5. 3 minus 5 is going to give us a negative 2x to the 3. Then we have 5x squared plus 2x squared is going to give us a plus 7x squared. Negative 2x minus 3x is going to give us a negative 5x. And then negative 7 minus 2 will give us a negative 9. And so that is our final answer, again in standard form, where the exponents go biggest to smallest. And lastly, let's talk evaluating. Remember, there's two ways to do it. The direct way, plugging in, and then the synthetic way, and similar to synthetic division, sorry. But we don't use all the numbers. The answer is just the last number, but we'll see that in a second. So let's say we have f of x equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 5. And then they say find f of 3 equals what, right? So what you do is you plug in 3 for x, right? So it's going to become 2 times 3 squared plus 4 times 3 minus 5, right? We just replaced all the x's with 3. Now, when we do this part here, remember we do the exponent first. Like we do 3 squared, right? And then we multiply by 2. So we do 3 squared, that's going to give us 9. So we do 2 times 9 plus 4 times 3, that's going to give us a 12 minus 5. Now 2 times 9 is going to become 18 plus 12 minus 5. 18 plus 12 is going to give us a 30 minus 5. That gives us 25. So that would mean that f of 3 equals 25, right? So that's how you're going to write your answer. There's going to be something that looks like this. It's going to say f of some number, right, equals, and you're going to write your answer there in that space. Or at least write your answer as f of 3 equals 25 somewhere on your paper, okay? So that is direct, right? That's direct substitution where we plug in. Now the other way is synthetic, right? So it's synthetic. We'll use the same problem. We have f of x equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 5. They say find f of 3. So we set up our box the same way, right? The 3 goes on the outside, right? What we're plugging in. And then these coefficients go on the inside. So we have 2, negative 4, and, positive 4, not negative 4, 2, 4, and negative 5. And so remember with synthetic substitution and division, the first number comes down. So 2 comes down, then we multiply the outside number times the bottom number. So 3 times 2 is going to give us a 6. And then we add that to the next row. So 4 plus 6 is going to give us a 10. And then 3 times 10 is going to give us a 30. So we're going to add 30 to the next row. Negative 5 plus 30, or 30 minus 5, right? That's going to give us a 25. And that last number is our answer. So f of 3 equals 25. So this is kind of a little bit of a faster way to do it, maybe. Depends on how big the problem is, you know, how many terms, how many exponents you're dealing with. But either way is doable. If you really like synthetic division, then the synthetic substitution might be good. You just have to remember you're not using all the numbers, you're just using the last number, right? So that is polynomial operations with evaluating, adding, and subtracting. I'm going to make a separate video for multiplying and dividing.